You'll read for about 20 minutes and then we'll open up a line to call in questions. Remember to say the name of your book as many times as possible.
Feels a little opportunistic.
Exactly.
Is it fair for me to get free publicity because I'm sleeping with a producer?
A, you're getting publicity because you happen to work at the radio station, and B, it's not that much publicity.
Thanks. That puts it all in perspective. Oh, hey. I heard from that real estate lady again today. She found us someplace in the Castro district, which is apparently the gay neighborhood. But as she says in her Teutonic way, it's not as much of a problem as it used to be.
2 minutes.
Do we like her? Do we want a real estate lady? Sounds like Eva Braun.
I'm sure you're exaggerating.
No, I'm not. She scares me. I think she has a beard. By the way, we need to make a decision about that car thing.
Car thing?
Are we selling one or both? We driving out? Are we shipping it later? You remember? Car discussion?
Right. You need to get ready.
I'm for driving out. I think it'd be an adventure. We could stop in diners and souvenir shops, take goofy pictures of ourselves in North Dakota.
Look, we need to have a bigger discussion, but now is not the time. 1 minute.
What discussion?
Not right now.
Hey. What discussion?
About that lump. I had a biopsy. It's malignant, so obviously this changes things. 40 seconds. Again?
I don't understand why you can't be an international mogul right here in Hartford. You know, with fax machines and the internet.
Everybody's going, and I mean everybody. Even Malcolm. And he doesn't get invited to any because he has a halitosis.
Oh, I don't know, Lauren.
Hi, Amy. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Jared.
Hi. So can I, Mom?
Well, it just seems a little soon for this kind of thing, Lauren. So what brings you around for breakfast, Jared?
He's trying to talk me into going to China. What kind of thing?
A boy-girl party with dancing and everything. They're having a DJ.
Chanel being the architect of this, of course.
Her mom will be there the whole time. And so will her mom's boyfriend, Chad. He's a ski instructor.
See, this doesn't sound so good to me.
Why?
I am going to explain that to you as soon as we get in the car. So, go ahead. I'll be out in a minute. Can you believe this? A boy-girl party with a DJ? And I'm the bad mom if I say she can't go. I'm sorry. I interrupted. You two were talking about China.
No, we're finished. I can't go.
Well, no, you have that sanctuary house thing. The lieutenant governor's coming. Mom's gonna be on TV.
Well, that's not why.
Todd Stanley? Well, he's a rabid conservative. You want to be on TV with him?
No, I want Sanctuary House to be on TV with him. It's good exposure for us.
So you're passing up China because of Todd Stanley?
Okay, I gotta go, so bye, Mom. Bye, Jared.
All right, then. I'm going to take you to dinner. Tomorrow night. Fancy, so get your pearls out of storage.
You certainly know how to punish a girl.
Don't be late.
I know an APB's out of the question, but I mean, could you make some calls? She's 30ish, she has long brown hair, brown eyes, she's cancer. Carol Toby. T-O-B-E what? Oh, never mind. Here she is. Thanks for all your help.
Where were you?
At home.
You didn't answer your phone.
At home, not answering my phone.
I went to your place. I buzzed your apartment.
At home, not answering the phone or my doorbell.
We were worried sick.
I'm sorry. I felt like being alone.
I'm sorry. About your boob.
Thank you, Donna.
I'm gonna go change Ariadne.
I was going nuts.
Me too.
Carol, you told me that you had cancer and then you disappeared. I didn't know what to think.
Vincent, I'm going to be acting a little strange for a while.
What do we do now?
You don't do anything. I have to get another ultrasound, some blood work done, decide between the lumpectomy and the mastectomy.
Oh, my God.
No. You cannot freak out. Or we can't be together. I mean it, Vincent.
Just tell me what to do.
I don't know. Just don't act like it's the end of the world. Don't treat me like I'm dying.
Okay.
I don't know about San Francisco anymore. I don't know about anything.
The Herald Examiner will be here, as well as someone from the Associated Press, maybe the Washington Post. We're waiting to hear. They requested that we have one designated spokesperson, so I figured we put it to a vote.
Yeah, not Maxine.
Thank you, Jonathan. Why? Sanctuary House was her idea.
Well, we have 5 minutes of airtime if we're lucky. We have me, the dashing wheelchair-using attorney. We have Fran, beautiful, black, recovered junkie, MD. We have Peggy, red-headed, blue-collar gunslinger. And we have Maxine, the white, upper-middle-class matriarch.
What upper?
It's just not going to blaze any trails.
Is the voting almost over?
What? I'm just trying to maximize our exposure.
I can simplify matters by taking myself out of the running. I'm not very good at talking to the press.
Well, then, since I know I'll get voted off the island, I'm going with Fran.
I second. It pains me to agree with Jonathan, but I will.
Well, that's what I call a ringing endorsement. So, I'll do the talking. The final order of business is Lieutenant Governor Stanley has requested to be photographed talking with some children.
No.
Maxine, it gets worse. He wants us to make sure that we provide an ethnic mix.
That's disgusting. There shouldn't be any children there of any ethnic mix.
All right, we need to be realistic. We need exposure on this level. All our financing depends on it.
No, Fran. Just no.
We provide a public service. We don't get to choose where the money comes from. And anything we turn away is a direct debit from the children. You are in this. Like it or not.
Louisa and Emily Bayless, now 2 weeks old, currently reside at St. Timothy's Hospital in the neonatal infant care unit. The hospital is the moving party, asking for emergency authorization to override the parents' withholding of medical care. Mark and Sharon Bayless refused to allow an allegedly life-saving operation. That's all correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The parents seek injunctive relief to block the procedure.
On what grounds?
Your Honor, the operation would only be life-saving for one of the girls. For the other, it would be fatal. The babies are conjoined. They share several major organs, including heart and lungs.
Objection. We're getting into testimony. Miss Pankow is not a doctor.
We're not at trial here. The point is, Miss Pankow, the parents don't want the operation.
They prefer not to sentence one of their daughters to death.
Can I get a straight answer?
The parents want to do nothing. They want to take their babies home as they are.
Understood. I'll schedule this motion for an emergency hearing first thing tomorrow.
Time is of the essence, Your Honor.
Duly noted. We'll get through as much testimony as possible. Mr. and Mrs. Bayless, may I just say how sorry I am that you're going through such a difficult time.
Thank you, Your Honor. We feel that the birth of our daughters is a gift. Both of them.
How's it look, Maxine?
Pretentious.
We're supposed to display our credentials. I just hadn't gotten around to doing it.
I'm sure the Lieutenant Governor will be suitably impressed. Who's paying for this?
I am. Jonathan and Peggy chipped in. It's voluntary.
Why are we trying to make this place look like a five-star hotel? We're putting in a spa next?
We want people to feel that Sanctuary House is an accessible place. The perception is that to ask for public assistance, you have to risk your life or drive to a horrible part of town.
What, doesn't this bother you? The whole idea was to rise above politics.
The idea was to help children.
Maxine. I just took a message for you. Jared called. He said the limo will pick you up at 8.
Well, it's really just a big car.
Solidarno.
He pumps his own gas.
I don't believe that you mean that.
Don't make things harder, Vincent.
You're saying that because this random thing happened to you, and you're gonna have to deal with it for a while.
It's cancer, Vincent.
I know that.
And chemotherapy, which could take months, and I'm gonna get sick, and my hair will fall out.
I don't understand how any of that means that we can't be together.
It just does.
Why?
See, you're making it worse.
How am I making it worse?
By arguing with me at a time when I really need your support.
How can I give you support when you're breaking up with me?
Can't talk about this anymore. I don't have the energy. If you care about me, you'll accept that this is the way things are.
No.
Vincent.
Carol, you're having some kind of reaction.
No kidding.
You're not behaving rationally. You can't just shut me out. It's not fair.
Try not to use the word fair around me, okay? And this is what I was afraid you'd do. You're co-opting my crisis. This is happening to me. And I can't take care of your feelings about it. I'd rather be alone. It's less draining.
Dr. Stoller, what is your relationship to Emily and Louisa Bayless?
I'm a pediatric surgeon at St. Timothy's Hospital, where the twins currently reside. I was called in to consult after they were delivered.
You have had experience dealing with conjoined twins?
Oh, yes, I've performed this kind of surgery many times.
Successfully?
Sometimes only one of the babies can be saved. Unfortunately, that is the case with the Bayless twins.
Why?
Well, as you can see from the X-ray, the two are joined at the chest, and they share heart and lung functions. Emily is the stronger twin, but she's providing as much as 80% of Louisa's respiratory system.
What is the current condition of the twins?
Emily's doing very well. All the evidence suggests she has normal brain function. If separated from her sister, she'd require several surgeries and orthopedic treatment to help her walk unaided, but other than that, she'd live a normal life.
What about Louisa?
Louisa is less active. She does not cry or move voluntarily. She's being kept alive on a feeding tube.
If the twins were separated, is there any chance she would survive?
It's highly unlikely.
How long could the twins continue to live if they weren't separated?
I'd say weeks at most. I'm sorry to put it this way, but Louisa is literally draining the life out of her sister. If surgery isn't performed soon, both of these babies will die.
Thank you.
Cross, Miss Panko?
Dr. Stoller, by encouraging this surgery, are you asking Mr. and Mrs. Bayless to sign their own daughter's death warrant?
No, I'm asking them to save their daughter's life.
One at the expense of the other.
Sadly, it will come down to that.
Isn't it the case that conjoined twins sometimes survive and grow to adulthood without being separated?
Yes, that happens.
Can you guarantee without a doubt that both children will die without this surgery?
Yes, I can.
And you can tell me with the same degree of certainty that Emily will survive the surgery?
There's always a risk with surgery.
Oh, there is a risk. So, you have seen cases which defied medical certainty?
I have, but I don't think that this...
Thank you.
May I finish?
I just wanted a yes or no, Your Honor.
Yes or no, Dr. Stoller?
Yes. Miracles happen.
Thank you, Dr. Stoller. You're dismissed.
I'll never get used to riding around in this thing. I feel like I'm going to a funeral.
Champagne?
Not even a hint about where we're going.
Nope.
Will there be antelope on the menu? Is it one of those places?
No, I think they serve small game only. Are you in some kind of a mood?
No. Work has been stressful.
That's why you should take a vacation.
Do you think I can just hop on a Learjet and disappear effortlessly from my life?
Well, here we are. I prefer the pork ribs to the beef. I know that isn't Texan.
I've always felt that ribs are a very personal matter.
I agree. You know, I've always had a hard time trying to be mysterious. I'm kind of a plain talking man. Served me well most of my life. But sitting here right now, I'm at a loss for words. That doesn't mean you can talk.
Okay.
Now, here's the deal. My company is opening an office in China. That means I'm going to have to be away for a good amount of time, anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. Yeah, I'm not finished. So, here goes. Maxine, will you marry me? Now you can speak.
No, I can't.
Maybe I didn't say that right. Maxine, I love you. I respect you. I don't know anybody I'd rather be with. It's a privilege to have you in my life. And I'd be honored to be your husband. What do you think you're going to say? Take your time.
Mom? What are you doing awake?
I never went to sleep.
Why?
It was an eventful day. What's your excuse?
Oh, I'm in the middle of this case, which I can't talk about. But if I could, I'd say it involves euthanasia. And not just like turning off life support. An aggressive surgery that would kill one child, save the other.
Too bad you can't talk about it. Might make you feel better.
Yeah.
Jared Duff asked me to marry him.
Ma.
Yeah, I know.
You can't.
Why not?
I mean, of course you can. And you should. If you want to.
He's moving to China.
Oh, well, then you can't.
I know. He's a wonderful man. And he says and does all the right things. And he treats me like royalty, which is pleasant. But I can't help feeling that he sees my work as some kind of drudgery I deserve to escape. I mean, I feel that way about my job sometimes, but he's not allowed to.
Have you talked to him about this?
Not yet.
Well, I don't think it's fair for you to give up your life and work. You can get married and stay here, couldn't you? Let him sacrifice something?
Is this what they call a high-class problem?
I guess so.
That's funny. Feels just like a regular one.
Excuse me. Good morning.
Morning.
May I help you?
I'm going to Mr. Duff's office.
Do you have an appointment?
No, but I don't think he'll mind.
So you're not on the list?
No, I'm a friend of his.
I'm sorry, I can't let you go up.
I'm his girlfriend.
Oh, I'm sorry. One moment, please. Jordan, could you please let Mr. Duff know that his girlfriend is here to see him? Got it. Thank you.
Jared.
Oh, Maxine, my goodness, what a nice surprise this is.
I was hoping we could talk.
Well, can you give me a little time? I was just about to take these gentlemen out for a bite of lunch.
Well, no, I have to get back to work. I was needed to talk to you just quickly.
Okay. Excuse us, gentlemen. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I want to say yes, Jared. I want to say yes right now, but there's something that we need to discuss, which is my job situation.
Well, I want to discuss it too. Can we do it tonight?
I need you to feel that what I do is just as important.
Maxine, I know it's important. See, but I've got these 6 fellas in from Houston, and I didn't finish up this meeting.
Fellas from Houston. Oh, well.
I'll take you to dinner. Anywhere you like.
No, that's all right. You have your meeting.
Maxine.
No, it's okay, really. I should have called.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Great. I hope you all brought your appetites. The food is good. That's great. Yeah, okay.
I was in my 16th week when they discovered the babies were conjoined. We were told that there was always a chance the twins couldn't be separated. They wouldn't know until the babies were born.
When the girls were born, Dr. Stoller examined them.
Yes. He told us that they were sharing a heart, and that if they were separated, Louisa would die.
What was your reaction to that?
We were devastated. But we decided that we would just take them home as they were and raise them. I mean, it's been done, you know. I've read about it.
Did you ask for your babies to be released from the hospital?
Yes, but Dr. Stoller wouldn't allow it. He said that if the girls weren't separated, they would both die, and he couldn't allow me to leave with them.
He insisted that you have the surgery?
Yes.
Why did you refuse?
Because this is not a decision we should have to make. We are Louisa's parents. We can't make a choice like that.
Even though not choosing would mean that both of your daughters would die.
That's what Dr. Stoller says. Maybe it's true. Maybe it isn't. That would be up to God. But we do know that the surgery would kill Louisa. And as her mother, I can't consent to it. I can't. And I won't. I won't do that. They can't make me.
That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mrs. Bayless. Well, I think the next logical move is for all parties to assemble at St. Timothy's so I can see the children in question before rendering a judgment. You'll coordinate all schedules for tomorrow as early as possible. Mr. Dr. Van Axel?
It's not exactly standard procedure.
Excuse me?
I'll take care of it.
Good.
And this is our waiting area. Children spend time here in between interviews and appointments. We try to provide a safe, comfortable, and cheerful setting.
And it's free of charge. No one is turned away.
Not for financial reasons. But this isn't just a place for people in need. We're here for abused children.
Excuse me. Thank you very much, lady.
And that occurs in every socioeconomic bracket.
I see. Now, what is this room here for?
This is the game room. Siblings can wait here while reports are being made.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your staff?
We have a child psychologist on site as well as a police specialist.
Detective Peggy Frazier.
And this statement is observed by our state's attorney, Jonathan Ashworth.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
Maxine Gray, one of our co-founders, represents the Department
Any
of
chance I
Children
could see this interrogation room?
Lieutenant Governor, as
What the hell was that?
You made a mistake.
You questioned my procedure in open court?
It was a hasty decision and a bad
You
one.
think it's a better idea for me to sentence a baby to die without seeing her?
Yes, I do.
It's cowardly.
It's responsible. Why do you think these parents are paralyzed? Because they're emotionally involved. They've seen the children, held them, loved them. They cannot be expected to make this decision. That's why it should be left up to a detached third party.
Detached?
Someone who's capable of putting reason and logic above sentiment.
Well, I can't ignore the fact that a human being is involved here.
You don't have to ignore the fact, but you don't have to look at it either, Judge Gray. That will change everything, everything. You go down there and look at those girls, you won't be able to make a just and a responsible decision.
Bruce, you are so over the line, you can't even see it anymore.
It's the wrong thing to do. I still know that when I see it.
We try to keep Sanctuary House from feeling like a police station. We don't want the children to feel intimidated in any way.
This is incredible. Sanctuary House is light years ahead of its time.
Well, in fact, child advocacy centers are happening all over the country.
Fully equipped facility for abused children who can't afford therapy and medical care.
As I said, financial considerations are not the main issue.
That way, less advantaged children do not have to suffer in silence. Children from broken homes, children of single mothers, they have a place to go.
Mr. Stanley, are you hearing impaired? Do you have some kind of a listening disability? Because this is not a place for poverty-stricken children. This is a place for abused children. And I hope you're not trying to imply that only poor children are at risk of being abused. I hope you're not sending the message that children from, to borrow your horrible term, broken homes, or children of single mothers are somehow more vulnerable to being beaten or molested. The fact is that 80% of child abuse occurs in intact two-parent homes. And I resent the hell out of you marginalizing
Maxine.
and ghettoizing
Maxine.
the issue of abuse so that your lily-white, upwardly mobile, SUV-driving, latte-drinking constituents can sleep better at night.
Maxine!
Somebody has to say it. It's Maxine Gray, with an A, not an E. I have a plan.
Donna, I'm in the shower.
No kidding.
Naked.
Vincent, we have important things to discuss. You have to talk to Carol.
I tried talking to Carol. She's hiding again. She won't answer the phone or the doorbell.
I know where she is. I found her Filofax.
Donna,
I didn't steal it. She left it in the kitchen. I looked in it.
can you give me a minute to dry off?
We don't have that kind of time. She's got a doctor's appointment today. Name and address of the doctor. She'll be there in 30 minutes.
What am I supposed to do? Just bust into the doctor's office and say what?
Vincent, I can't do everything. You're the writer. Figure it out.
ICU policy is one visitor at a time, Judge Gray.
Well, everyone else can wait out here. That's agreeable to all parties.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
The fallout was a little worse than we anticipated. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, despite my efforts to spin it, you know, with my connections in the media, we did lead off the 11 o'clock news on all 3 networks. Maxine's speech was played in full.
How did my hair look?
Do you think this is funny?
I do, a little.
You realize we've been fielding calls all morning? Supporters of Todd Stanley who say they're going to recommend that our funding be cut back?
They can't do that.
Yes, Maxine, they can.
You know, I don't know why this has to be the biggest thing in the world, Fran. Maxine makes an apology, this all blows over in a couple of days.
Exactly. We need to discuss the forum. Should she give an on-camera interview or write an open letter to the paper?
No.
No what?
I'm not apologizing.
Maxine.
What?
You can avoid a world of pain if you just make a public apology.
You don't even have to say you were wrong. Just that you regret your choice of words or losing your temper.
No, Fran, I'm not taking a defensive position on this. I don't regret it. It needed to be said.
Maxine.
Someone has to protect this place from becoming another pawn in a political miasma. One minute he's having his picture taken. The next minute he is using us as a reason to cut the budget at DCF. Don't you see that? They use this kind of model as an example of their caring and their concern. But it's in order to hide the true motive, which is to eliminate state funding.
Maxine, apologize.
Fran, no.
Then we put it to a vote.
No more votes. You can't democratize a personal conviction. That's what this is. I am taking a stand, and I am perfectly willing to stand alone. I guess that's what I'll have to do.
Hey, this is just gonna take a minute.
Vincent, you can't. Just come in here. I have an appointment.
Okay, I'll be quick. Marry me.
What?
You said not to treat you like you're dying. Well, I don't think that you're dying. And to prove it, I want us to be married, so that we can move on with the life that we had planned. This is a setback, Carol. I mean, it's complicated. It's gonna be difficult for a while, but we keep going, because that's what people do when they're planning a future together. I love you. For better or worse. We're gonna take the worst part up front. Please marry me.
I'm wearing paper.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be wearing paper when I got engaged.
Oh, well, I mean, I could ask you again tonight when you're wearing some clothes. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that a yes? Yes?
Yes? Yes.
I've reviewed all the medical records and the data concerning conjoined twins, as well as the psych reports on both parents. I have visited Emily and Louisa, and because of that, I feel I have a little more understanding of your dilemma, Mr. and Mrs. Bayless. It is a heartbreaking decision. You said it's one that you should not have to make, and you're right. No parent should have to make this choice. And that is why this issue appears before me. Because I represent, to the best of my ability and in the absence of emotion, the voice of reason and fairness. I am finding with the hospital and ordering the surgery. I know it will be devastating to say goodbye to Louisa. But according to medical evidence, Louisa's time here was predestined to be tragically short. If no action is taken, you will lose both your daughters. But if the surgery is performed, you will have the chance to raise a healthy, happy child, and the memory of Louisa will live on through her. I hope you can both find solace in that. That's all. Well, that was harrowing. They seemed relieved, you know. Like they were happy to have someone take the decision away from them.
Right. You got a light docket tomorrow. Nothing on the books till 10.
I hate it when we're mad at each other.
Okay.
I mean, if it helps, you were right. About not going to see the babies. I don't think it influenced my decision, but it could have. It was just something I needed to do on a moral level. I can't explain it. But you were right. Because now I'm going to be haunted by this decision when it would have been enough to have been tortured by it.
You don't have to keep saying I was right.
You were right.
You want to know why I was right? Because I've been doing this job for a decade. I know something about procedure. It's my job to share that knowledge with you, but if you don't take it, I become nothing more than a secretary in charge of your schedule. I'm overqualified for that.
I know.
Plus, it's boring and unfulfilling. I need you to realize that.
Okay. I'll try. Why does this feel like a marriage?
Because it is.
Without the obvious perks. You don't fix things up around the house and stuff.
Right. Good night, Judge Cook.
Good night.
Oh, there you are. Been calling your cell phone all day.
The battery gave out. When are you leaving for China?
Tomorrow afternoon. I've been wanting to talk to you before then.
Well, here I am.
Yeah. Sit down. Yeah. Can I get you something to drink?
No, thank you.
I don't think that I can marry you, Jared.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Do I get to ask why?
Because you're going to China, and I'm not.
Well, I could postpone the trip. Or is this just a metaphor?
May I ask you something?
Huh?
Would you be willing to give up this deal in China so that we can stay here and I can continue with my work?
Maxine, I'd be lying if I said I could just walk away from this deal that's been nearly a year in the making. China could be quite an adventure. You know you love Chinese food.
But, I can't walk away from a deal that's been more like 30 years in the making. I have a life here, Jared, and it's a much bigger one than I ever bargained for. Even going back and forth, there'd be things I'd miss that I don't want to miss. I can't ask you to stay put because that's not who you are. That's not how you live. I have a friend who says in every successful relationship, there's a gardener and a flower. And the gardener grooms and takes care of things while the more exotic, delicate flower can grow and thrive. What we have here is a couple of gardeners, Jared.
I'd like to have a talk with this friend of yours.
There's no friend, it's my theory. I was positioning myself to disclaim it.
So, what happens now?
Well, I guess that we shake hands and say, wasn't it fun? And, can we still be friends?
I think you know that's impossible. Maxine, wait. I've forgotten. Why is it we're breaking up?
Because it's the right thing to do.
I hate the right thing to do.
I know. It's a pain in the ass.
All that you see is the light bouncing off the mirror of the world, offering a little
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, will Amy reconcile with her estranged brother? Find out on Judging Amy, next on TNT.